Уважаемые зрители, а мы продолжаем прямую трансляцию 19-го турнира ММА серии «Время новых героев». Для четвертого боя этого противостояния в синий угол клетки приглашается боец Asad Yorov.
You're watching MMA Series 19, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg, Russia, and brought to you by the Fubo Sports Network and around the world on the Clash TV app. I'm Ian M16 Butlin, and this is the final fight of our undercard. 4 fights on the undercard here tonight, 4 fights on the main card, and then we have 3 huge super fights coming up. But first, this is Asad Yorov making his debut here on the undercard. Another featherweight contest. Featherweight, 155 pounds or 65.8 kilograms. There we see the application of the Vaseline onto the eyes. So again, weighed in at 66.2 kilograms, which is the championship weight of 65.8 plus the allowance of 1 pound or half a kilogram. Final checks from the assistant referee. Asad Yorov fighting out of Tajikistan.
Для проведения поединка в красный угол клетки приглашается боец Денис Antonov.
Making his way down to the red corner, Denis Antonov. We saw Denis Antonov back on MMA Series 12. He won that fight in the first round with an Americana. It's often called the elbow lever. So a good submission win there in his debut, 66.1 kilograms. 0.1 inside the allowance. So we saw Kusanov earlier on fighting out of Tajikistan. That was the first fighter from there. Made a real statement in the first fight with a TKO in round 1. Asad Yorov, his countryman, will be looking to do the same here, I believe. But Denis Antonov, unbeaten, experienced on the MMA series, has been here before. He will be looking to deny him that win.
Уважаемые зрители, 4-й поединок сегодняшнего турнира проходит в полулегкой весовой категории, и я с радостью представляю вам его участников. Синий угол ринга. Боец ростом 170 сантиметров, весом 66 килограммов, в возрасте 23 года. Клуб «Капитан СПБ». Его профессиональный дебют. Его зовут Asad Yorov. Его оппонент ростом 174 сантиметра, весом 66 килограммов, в возрасте 25 лет представляет клуб «Арктика». Боец имеет профессиональный рекорд, 1 победа и 0 поражений. Я представляю вам Дениса Антонова. Рефери поединка Алексей Касаткин.
Судья, 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 время. Боец готов? Боец готов? Первый раунд. Бой!
You're watching MMA Series 19, Time of New Heroes. This is a featherweight contest between, in the blue, Yorov, in the red, Antonov. Antonov, great assertive stance and fires that low kick in so heavy he drops him with the first kick. Nice footwork there from Antonov, in and out, stepping into distance, having a look for the reaction, goes for the spinning kick slightly out of distance. Feinting well. Yorov trying to take centre back himself with his footwork. Hands a little low. Another heavy low kick there from Antonov. And again, that time Yorov bent down to grab the leg, indicating that it hurt, but also showing Antonov that he can drop those hands if he fires a low kick and then a right cross over the top. Yorov leaving himself open as he comes forward. He looks for the takedown. Possibly a wise move after looking outgunned on the striking. That's a nice takedown. Step over the legs. Trying to pin those legs together. Antonov doing a good job. Bending the legs. Pinch the legs together to hold the half guard there as he looks for a guillotine. Head down low. Yorov gets the head out and he's in the full guard now of Denis Antonov. Squeezing around the head, using head control. There's nothing there as a submission, but it is stopping him from posturing up and getting any power into the strikes. Gives up the full guard to go to half guard. It's actually probably easier to stand up from half guard against the fence than it is to get up from full guard. At the moment he's not looking to stand up, he's just looking to hold, hoping for a stand up maybe from the referee as he goes back to full guard, and still just holding him tight close. This is possibly an indication he doesn't have much work from the guard, as there's plenty of options here to stand up against the fence. Work onto your elbow, hand, hip and use the fence to stand up, or to start to work your legs up and look for submissions. Instead he holds, relied on the referee to stand them back up, which is perfectly within the rules. It may not count well on the scoring with the judges for the inactivity. This time Yorov comes out aggressive with a strike, stepping forwards. Wild swings at the close distance clash into each other there. There we see the takedown and getting onto the top position. This time into the mount is Asad Yorov. Antonov nearly gave up the back there with the turn. He's trying to bridge, trying to roll. Yorov high up now above the shoulders. He's dropped back down into sort of a mid-mount. So in mount you can be on a low mount, down closer to the legs, above the hips. A mid-mount where he is now, or a high mount up above the shoulders. For each mount position there's different escapes. So Antonov actually tried to use the bridge escape while Yorov was up high, which does not work when someone's over your shoulders. But there, he's dropped off to the arm bar. Hard to tell if that was tight. It was a rushed spin there to drop off looking for the submission, and it's left Antonov back on top. Antonov now on top in the full guard of Asad Yorov. Again, just holding him close even when he's on top position. Interesting that he wasn't throwing the strikes, and in doing so he's given up the back. Watch for Yorov to work a takedown from here. Nice wrestling as he picks up the ankle, moves around to north-south. Will he start to look for that armbar again? Antonov defending well, turns to his front, back to his back. Moving positions. 20 seconds left in this first round. Yorov certainly seems to be dominating the groundwork, but having problems with Antonov just holding him close, stalling the action. It won't go well on the scoring as Antonov finishes the round holding on to the back of the head of Asad Yorov. For me, a clear first round for Asad Yorov. If you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, please score the fights, clap for your favourite fighters, tell me what you think. As we see the replays, nice striking from Denis Antonov, but the groundwork, the clinch, the takedowns was all Asad Yorov. So there you see the strikes tell a story. 37 thrown, 21 landed for Yorov, 16 thrown and only 6 landed for Antonov, and they were done standing up. On the ground it was all Yorov. So stand up Antonov, but not very much time was spent there, and the majority of the time was spent in the clinch on the ground, which for me was all Asad Yorov, the debut fighter from Tajikistan. You're watching MMA Series 19, Time of New Heroes. This is round number 2. Yorov in the blue, Antonov in the red. Watch for Antonov to try to keep distance and keep this standing now, as the striking was certainly his strongest area. On the flip side, Yorov will want to take this to the floor. Antonov backing off. Is Yorov looking to close him close to the fence so he can close that distance? Nice 1-2. Just slide out a distance, but then he stepped in, closed the distance, and it was a takedown. Nice scramble there though from Antonov, who's managed to get on top into the front headlock situation. Good hand fight and the back up to the feet. Yorov did well to grab the hands, protect the neck and stand back up. Nice inside low kick. Antonov scrambling well to keep this fight standing now. Yorov coming forward in a straight line to close the distance. He throws the shots, but he's not using any angles. No stepping to the sides. It's all straight forwards in a straight line, which could be fatal if the big right hand comes down the middle from Antonov. Jumping knee well out of distance there from Yorov. Using the footwork, using the angles is Antonov, but he needs to use that, turn to the sides, work to the sides, and then come back and counter. He has to work hard. Halfway through the fight now. 3 5-minute rounds. It's a level change, a dive for the leg there from Yorov. Looking to pull in, grab the leg, pull Antonov away from the fence, and he'll look to try to wrap up the far leg as well, the right leg of Antonov. Antonov taking a deep breath as he's being sucked down onto the canvas. Must feel like he's in quicksand as he drops down, sees his head come away. And this is where Yorov wants to be. Punches into the body. Again, we're seeing the same thing here from Antonov. He's just holding on to that head and waiting. But there, he allows Yorov to get back to get to the mount. They have a scramble. He's took the back into side control. I'd just like to see Antonov do more than just hold on to that head from the bottom. He's good in the scrambles. We've seen the work he can do. He can get to the back position, the front headlock position. But instead, when he gets there, it's like he freezes and just holds tight onto the neck. That's better work, but he needs to get an underhook in. He can't just hold the playground headlock because Yorov here can pop his head out. If he can force the head out, he can take the back. He's already got the left hook in. He just needs to get his head out by pushing on the back of the elbow of Antonov. Antonov just happy to sit. Here we see Yorov still trying to work out. Gets the head clear, back up on top. Antonov back to guard. Well, that was an illegal up kick there. I don't think it was as hard as Yorov's reaction looks to be. However, that was a blatantly illegal kick there. There you see, he pushed on the neck and kicked with the other foot. He knew that was illegal. He was pushing on the, he was pushing with the right foot, which was pretty much frowned upon anyway. But then he kicked an actual stomp kick with the left leg, possibly showing the frustration he's feeling here against the debut fighter. Nice 1-2. Again, jab down the middle. But he dives in with an uppercut and he's taken down. And it's back to Yorov inside control, into mount. But still onto the knee ride, just slipping over to the mount. Swapping back to side control. He has been reversed a few times to the mount, so maybe he feels side control he can hold more steady. Certainly a position that's harder to sweep. And that was a tap out there. Just looked to be a tap out from the knee ride into the sternum. It was a solid knee ride there. But I didn't see a submission other than him just pushing his knee into the sternum and holding that position. I'd like to see on the replay if there was more than that. Yorov landed as many shots as Antonov threw there. 36 shots landed to 19. That's the second win for the men from Tajikistan here. Later on we will see one more fighter from Tajikistan, Firuz Nazarbayev.
Короче, отличная работа награждает хорошим результатом. Дисциплина, дисциплина, дисциплина.
Четвертый бой поединка завершен. Прошу бойцов пройти в середину клетки. Дорогие зрители, на 4-й минуте 50-й секунде второго раунда боец синего угла Asad Yorov одерживает победу в связи с отказом соперника. Аплодисменты победителю.
As we wait for the replay here of this featherweight contest, Asad Yorov making his debut here against experienced Denis Antonov. Antonov came out with powerful leg kicks, dropped him with 2 early on. But it was the strikes to Antonov, but it was the takedowns and clinch to Asad Yorov who dominated once he got hold. On there we saw the pain there on the leg as Yorov was working to try to get a leg lock. The frustration there you see on Antonov as he kicks him off. And there, as the knee ride went on, you saw the tap, and I believe the tap was actually for an injury to the knee of Denis Antonov. And that'll go down as a TKO win for Asad Yorov.